We're on, mate.
Recording.
Yeah. Guys, welcome to the fuck knows what it's called fucking podcast. We will get a suitable name at some point. I'm just going to straighten that up, mate. It's just a bit cockeyed, look. So yeah, we're just going to be starting podcasting and
Now.
who knows what's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. And we'll just wing it kind of thing. So Jordan, how you been? Good?
I've been alright, mate.
I know you haven't been alright the last couple of days, really have you? Because
No.
just like we said before, like I know how to read people, and I'm a good reader of people, and I know, especially people that are close to me, of how they change their ways and the way they speak. So what's been going on, mate?
It's been weird because obviously we're giving advice and we're trying to help people through building a mindset and changing their habits.
Yeah.
To help with depression, anxiety, and training.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I get my ice bath and do all this stuff every day.
Yeah.
But for some reason, for the last 2 weeks, I'd probably say, every day I just was demotivated, like couldn't be asked, didn't know what was going wrong, just wanted to just sit there, mate, like wrap my bangers in, as you used to say.
And that's one as well, you've fucking got a lot going on, mate. We've got a lot of stuff that we're doing,
Yeah.
we've got a lot of stuff that we're working on in the background that people don't see.
Yeah.
And it's like, that pressure will naturally build, especially with everything else. Like, you know, you're doing your one-to-ones and you're doing your fucking boot camps and you're doing everything, you know, and it's hard to get that in. And because we're not co-located at the minute, we're doing most of this off over the phone and fucking voice notes. And we've had today is the 5th time we've seen each other since we started.
Yeah.
Which is mental considering where we're at. And, you know, we've got all our followers and people that comment on stuff and our viewers, which we appreciate, by the way. But like, going back to yourself, it's...
Basically, I thought it was weird because I was like, why am I feeling like this? I do all these things every day. But then that's where I was like, but what I haven't done is actually just take a step back, you know, and like have a day to be like, well, what is wrong? And that's why I think it was Friday. I was like for some random fucking reason, mate, came to the realization, I was like, oh, I'm depressed because my brother's dead. And like, that sounds fucking mad. And I even put it in the video and it sounded mental.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I didn't, like for me to feel depressed, I always feel like there should have been another reason. Do you know what I mean? Because this happened, 5 years ago? I'm like, but it never affected me.
Yeah.
So then when I came to that, because Friday basically I just chinned everything off, kind of chilled, did my thing, went in my ice bath, trained. But that's what allows you to get the thoughts to come in naturally. So then I was like, oh fuck, okay, this is what's going on. Like I'm finally starting to process my grief and my trauma. And then it kind of made me feel a bit weirdly happy.
Because
then I was like, well, now I just go through the motions, you know,
and that's it. You said there about like it was 5 years ago. It doesn't fucking matter when it was, because it's still gonna be there.
Yeah.
And it's obviously, you know, there's gonna be days where you're gonna have a shit day, which is understandable. And that's what we're trying to get across to people, is that it's alright to have a shit day. It's just understanding it and fucking realizing that you can have a shit day.
Yeah.
Because it's not about moving on. No,
and still don't let that day and those feelings take control of you. That's what I think I tried to get in right at the end of that video, is like, yeah, I'm feeling like this and I'm feeling depressed and have been for a few weeks, but every single day I was still moving forward, whether it was you and I with our business or whether it's going to the gym that day or eating clean or getting my ice bath. So every day one thing is moving forward.
You don't fucking eat clean, you
No, I don't fucking eat clean. I had a potato dog with bacon and cheese turnover before I got here.
Fucking eat clean my arse. This guy, mate, right? I've never known anyone like him that eats fucking shit like he does. And he just, it's just crazy. But, you know,
genes, mate, it's the genes.
It is, but no, like you are right, you know, it does have an effect. Everything you do, and we keep saying daily habits, they're so important that people don't realise.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just daily habits are so easy to put into your life, but people don't do it because they don't know how to do it, because they're stuck in that shit little place that they're in. But that's where, you know, we're going to be different. We're gonna help these people. But like for them daily habits, even if you just have one daily habit that you do every single day to make your fucking day better. Like for me, my daily habit that I need to do every day, Monday to Friday, sometimes at weekends, is go to the gym. If I don't go to the gym, I'm a miserable bastard.
Yeah.
Like literally, that is my more. Obviously, I've got my wife and my kids, and I've got that side, but that's just life. That's normal lively routines. But for me personally, it's a daily routine for me, and a daily habit is going to that gym. If I don't go to the gym in the morning, I fucking don't want to go in the evening, but I do because that is where I'm motivated to do that through my discipline and routine. But that's just because I've been doing it for 23 years of my life. You know, that's my thing, and that's what I'm used to. And if I can incorporate that in other people's lives, and we can do that as Connatus, then mate, it's like people's lives fucking need it at the end of the day.
It was like I listened to something a few days ago, and it was saying like successful people don't do anything huge, right? So like on a day, they're not suddenly making £10 million or they're like reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
But every day, without fail, they'll do the same thing every day, like a man of routine. So if you get up and you go to the gym and then you do an hour on this and an hour on this and an hour on this, through a year or 5 years or 10 years, you're going to be amazing at that, and you're going to be extremely disciplined and get your life in order. And like I mentioned to you that I spoke to my mum about it, and I think I did make a video on life becoming controlling, because again I got into that rhythm, didn't I? So I was taking the one-to-ones, I was taking the boot camps,
doing everything.
I was and I ended up not doing anything towards our own business. The whole reason we started things, because I then got in a cycle of just letting work control me rather than me control my work. And that's why the habits then come in, because then you're like, well, a habit for me is an hour in the morning to think
about what you do.
Hence we're now here making a fucking podcast. Because we think, don't we?
Yeah. Big shout out to Sam, by the way.
One another.
But that's, you know, it's like, you're right. Where did you hear that?
I'm pretty sure it's the Human podcast. Amazing. He's neuroscience for oh fuck mate, I'm too stupid.
Big shout out to you as well.
Yeah, Stanford. He's from Stanford. He talks about like dopamine, discipline, and like all of this stuff and how it affects your brain, and it's interesting to hear. And that's why, you know, when I said about when I now work, I do it an hour and a half, 90 minutes. I don't even have my phone on me.
So you take that break, which you need, and like, we have a conversation like this a lot about how much you take on and how much you do, and it just, you know, that's just your mindset. So there's nothing wrong with that, mate. And it's not a criticism, but it's just obviously you understanding that the old cliche of you need to make time for you as well.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you just fucking, your brain will be like, oh, fuck me, what I'm doing, and then you start going down, and you're like, well, fuck me, what am I doing this for? Or what am I doing?
That's what happened though.
I know.
You were saying to me it was going to happen, and like everyone was going to burn out. I'm like, fuck off.
But that's that's the bad thing. But it's not a bad thing. But that's like that's your bravado act.
Yeah, that's my.
I can just do it. I can get on with it. Which sometimes could be your downfall.
That's what I was going to. That's my one downfall.
It's not even. It's everyone's got stuff they can improve on, and for you, I think it's your workload. But we've talked about that, and we can sort that out. I'm in a bit of a shit situation because obviously I've got my full-time job and we're doing this in the background, and obviously that's where I feel a bit guilty, like, oh fuck me, John's doing all this and he's doing that. But that's where Connatus as a company and as a business kind of went to the background, and it was kind of focusing on, this is not a bad thing, it was focusing on you,
on training,
doing your one-to-ones, the clients that we were doing online, and that was the main focus. Whereas that is good, but that's not our passion. That's not what we want to do.
We almost had to go through those cycles though.
Yeah.
It was so weird. Like, if you think about the first month, it was like, woo! And then it went into, like you said, like the one-to-ones, we did boot camps, and me being so busy and hating my life. And being like, well, how have I been distracted to this? And then it just wasn't. And now we're back together know what we want to provide, know how we can provide to people.
Yeah. And
it's like, I think if anyone's looking at starting their own business or doing anything, a whole huge part of that is knowing that it's gonna be shit before it gets better.
Yeah, and it's that learning process, isn't it? Yeah. It's like, I ain't a businessman. I've had jobs and we ain't businessmen together. We are fucking probably an absolute clusterfuck to be fair. But no, like, it's all about that learning and like the culture of how to run a business and what's important and what's not important. And we're not gonna lie, we've winged it. since day one. But
absolutely,
we've winged it in a good way, and we've come out with these processes. We've learned from our failures, and we've now come out with this new fucking package program to help these people that are struggling, that do not know how to get out of the shit place we're in. And we've got obviously,
and we've been there.
Yeah, we've been there ourselves. And you know, for those that don't know, I had a breakdown in 2021. That will be said for another podcast where we can talk about how we gained and managed our struggles. Obviously, Jordan, it's common knowledge that he lost his brother 5 years ago. As shit as it has been for both of us, we've both come out the other side and made it physically possible for other people to get out of this fucking rut as well. And I think, like, with one of our members at the minute that we've got, and you know, they've changed their life around. It's been 2 or 3 weeks, and you know, their daily habits are changing, and they are just making strides, albeit very small strides. They are making the right step forward, and the hardest step they've done is making that step and reaching out, talking to me, and then we built like small steps for her. And I think that's just important. Just people just need to realise that it doesn't matter what you're going through, what you've been through, what we've been through. There is a fucking way out of the shit place that you're in. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do for a living. If you're in a shit place, there is fucking light at the end of the tunnel, if you want to call it that, because it is fucking shit to be in a wank place. It just is what it is.
I mean, I look at it, mate, as like, what, fucking hell, October, I was on tour, right?
I didn't even know you were on tour, mate, October. I only knew you were on tour when you came back and put that video on.
Yeah.
It's the only time I knew you were on tour.
And I was about to fucking end it, right?
Yeah.
And
shit, mate.
This is what I was going to say. If I never got to that point, though, and I never said something about it, that was the single most hardest thing I had to do, to speak to Tom and Laney, like, who are my chain of command, and
big up lads.
Yeah. And talking to them and reaching out was fucking like really difficult for me. But if I never did that step, then none of this would have happened, and my life has changed hugely in my favour. Like, I know this is what you and I are meant to be doing. Like, that's how it feels.
Fuck right.
And
we need to get them actually. Like in the future. Get Tom and Lane on as guests, just to
talk about that as well.
Just talk about the experience and just have a chat and have a catch up with them as well. Have a brew, because obviously they're fucking good lads.
But that's what I mean. But if you take me back to October, I never thought before I said something that my life would ever get any better. And as soon as you take that action of fuck this, my life needs to change now, then it eventually gets better. You regardless.
Yeah, and you've had stumbling blocks on the way, and everyone has that, and that's just natural. But it's like you said, it's that step, mate. When you put that video on Instagram, I was like, fuck me, I need to ring him. And then I rang you, and it was the wrong number, so I was like, what's this twat doing? And he fucking mugged me off. And obviously then we chatted, and it must have, I don't know how long we were on the phone for. I'll have to have a look, mate, but it was about 3 hours.
Yeah. And
obviously we came up with this idea, albeit the idea went a little bit wayward, but now we've come back in line. And I think, obviously I'm fucking credited to you, because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be doing this, and my life would just be doing the name.
Yeah, but likewise, isn't it?
But it is, yeah.
That's why it's.
We kind of bounce.
That's why I fucking love it. Yeah, because it's so weird. You look at, we served together, we all boxed together, right, and then shit at chatting for like 5 years.
Oh no, it weren't that long. It was about 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Which is a long
felt
time.
like 5 years.
But it felt like fucking forever, mate. And when you put that video on, and I was like, I need to contact him. It did feel like it was yesterday, though.
Yeah, no, it did, didn't it?
And we picked back up, and that's just kind of the fucking people that we are. Anyway, we're just a bit weird like that. But it wouldn't have happened if you didn't post that video on.
It's weird, isn't it?
And and it's very weird, because I dealt with my issues, and I fucking got the help I needed, and realisation of what it is like to be in a shit way. I dealt with mine, but then seeing you in that space, and then combining what our fucking problems were, if you were effectively combining what we've both been through to come up with this idea. And I think that there's so many people out there that do and will need our help, and we've got members now that do that, and it's just about building it, innit? Oh, I'm fucking my knees fucked. But I think with regards to that, I just think it's just so crazy how it's just happened, and I still can't believe the position we're in now.
I know, it is amazing.
I never thought I'd be talking on camera, mate, to fucking doing a podcast and talking about my issues and your issues together to help other people. If I could go back to 2021 and be in that kitchen with Frankie and then realising actually you're going to be helping other people, mate, it's fucking mental. I love it. I need to stop saying that word as well. It's just a blessing because, like,
it is a blessing.
We like I said, we bounce off each other, and I know when you're having a shit day, and you don't know when I'm having a shit day because I fucking don't ever tell you, but which is what I should do. But like, I do say, you know, when I'm having a shit day, I realise I'm having a shit day, and that's the most important thing, is the realisation of having that absolute turd of a day that you can turn into a good day depending on what your actions are. I think that's.
Well, remember the kettle.
Yeah, I won't mention that. But it's stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like little things make you just snap, and it's just fucking shit. But it's what you do after that.
Yeah.
Go out and buy a new kettle before I got in trouble. But go out, go and buy a kettle, and just take time to reflect. Come home, apologise, which I did, and it helped me. Like, Frankie's amazing, mate. She understands me. And we have that understanding that if I'm going to have a shit day, and it's all right to have that shit day. Just tell her I'm going to have a shit day.
Yeah.
Or not tell her, because that makes it a lot worse. Yeah. And like, it'll be the same with yourself, and it's just all about talking, isn't it? And
yeah, literally, that is it.
But we've talked, mate, every day since we started this idea. We've probably, I don't think there's been any day that we haven't had a contact.
No.
Even whether it be text or voice note or whatever.
It's been every single fucking day. Yeah.
But that's what I mean, and that's important to me, because like, if I don't speak to you for like, it's really weird, mate. If I don't hear from you, I would say within 4 hours.
Yeah, I'm like, you're right.
I'm like, is he alright?
Yeah. I said to you this morning, I was like, you good, brother?
I'm thinking, fuck, is he alright? Because generally, me and Jordan, what we do is we'll do a voice note in the morning, or we'll do a little text, how you doing, what you up to, with the gym, fucking da, just to get that initial day going. But then when we don't hear from each other, it's just like, shit, is he alright? But it's good that, and I think that people need that as well, and you know, I think
that's why maybe I like that with our members. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no other online coaches out there, right? And bear in mind, at the start we just did training.
Yeah.
And no other coaches, you pay for a fucking program and then send you a PDF and like, bye mate.
Yeah.
And we were like, everyone alright, how are you? Like, do you need anything?
Yeah.
And I think we're like that because
that's how we should. That's us.
We know that's what people need.
Yeah.
I think they like, not saying like,
it's a community, isn't it?
It's having someone always there to support you and to help with whatever that may be. And when it comes to fitness related, we're both the same with this.
Yeah.
It's all about your mind.
Yeah.
Like, you go to the gym because, let's be honest, like, most people start when they've had a bad relationship, or something's gone wrong in their life. They're like, fuck this, I'm going to get massive, I'm going to get really fit.
And it helps them.
And it helps. And then boom, you're in that run.
But like, we're lucky, obviously I'm lucky, I did it for my 20-year career. You did it, and you're still doing it now. But like, with the members, it's just the communication between them, mate, if they could say something and one person might fucking nick that idea. Do you know what I mean? I did this today at the gym. Oh, fuck me, he did that, I might try that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or whatever, like drinking water or drinking pre-workout, which I don't take anyway, but anyway, that's another story. I'll have it after, no doubt, just to keep me awake for the fucking day, all my coffees that I have. But like, just that community that you build, and that community that should be there for our members, and which we will, and then that community will lead into other stuff like events and fucking meetings.
Yeah, that's what I can't wait for.
Do you know what I mean? That event will be banging if we can pull that off, mate. Even if you just get 4 people there.
I just want people in an ice bath.
That's it, man. Just to feel that.
Do you know what I mean?
And
you all laugh at me. Everyone laughs at me. But people will see me and they're like, "You've done your ice bath today, Jordan?" I'm like, "Yes, I have. Thank you very much."
Yes, it was shit.
You've done yours,
yeah. So I'm a bit of a pussy when it comes to ice baths. Because like, I fucking hate the cold, mate. Like, I've told you that I really can't handle the cold. I have promised Jordan that I am going to do it at some point, and I will, but just not yet. I'll wait till the warm. No, but like, I definitely see the benefits.
Yesterday, because you were like, "Are you alright?" And I was like, "It's some fucking shit day." I've never wanted to get my ice bath so fucking bad.
Just to take that.
And that's so fucked, because now it's got to a point where I'm like, I need my ice bath.
Yeah.
And I got in there, and like that video that I put up was so true to what was fucking happening.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't know what it was. my head just felt fucked. Is the only way I can explain it. You know, you're just like, what is going on? I couldn't sit still. I couldn't do anything. I was like, forget to eat. And I was like, what is this? I was like, fuck this. And I got in my ice bath, and I was like, oh God, I needed this. It was just unreal. Because then I got out, and I was like, right, okay, bam, bam, let's go.
Just get.
Because it resets you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be an ice bath. I try to tell people an ice bath is a fucking extreme measure of grounding yourself. Like, you can just do breathing, like, box breathing. That's what they teach you for classic PTSD or whatever.
Yeah.
Just anything to ground, like reading, journaling, whatever.
Just getting outside.
I mean, I have to do every single motherfucking one.
Yeah.
Because I am.
Yeah, fair one.
Up there.
But you need that. But you need that, and that's what you understand.
Yeah,
that's what you need.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's obviously needs are going to be different. They don't have to have an ice bath.
No.
That's why I don't fucking get in the ice bath, because it's fucking not my thing.
Yeah.
But I don't need that.
It's just a heightened example, isn't it?
Mine is more the gym. A bit like yesterday, went out with the family for a walk, mate, and it was just fucking amazing. Just being outside for me. That's why one of our members, they are just going for walks at the minute.
Yeah.
Just to build that confidence and get their mindset into what they need to do to fucking progress in what they want to achieve by the end of the year. And I just think it's all about having these habits, mate, definitely.
Yeah, like you said, what I found with like a lot of people do, and I was one for this, is you escape thinking. Do you know what I mean? So like, you get up or whatever, and you're like, oh, I need to go to work, or like you're stressing out about how to get to work, and you eat in the kids, this, and then you're in work, thinking about work, you come home, then you're fucking like running around, watch Netflix, go to bed. And not any time in that day have you just sat there and gone, I wonder what's going on in my mind.
Yeah.
And like, when you go for a walk, or you fucking have a cold shower, or yoga, or whatever, it's, honestly, it needs to be done like every day for people.
Just to feel that benefit.
Yeah, because if you do, if that's what people, I think I want them to understand, is that if you're feeling overwhelmed, just that 2 minutes in a day will just completely eradicate it.
And that's what I mean. You don't have to be in the ice bath for long.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So,
you
don't want to be either.
That's what every time I get in it, that's all I tell myself. It's like, it's only a few minutes, but it feels like an hour, man.
Yeah. But I think it's just because you're switching off from everything, and it's just that you're thinking about
nothing.
Like, nothing. You're not thinking about anything, but it's just that when you get out, it's like, right, now I need to do this. Now I need to focus on this. No, I think that's it's just what people don't understand. Is their lives, and like we've had people that reach out and I just don't know what goes on in their head. Like, it's all right there, it's understanding that, oh, I'm in a shit place. That's fine. You're in a shit place. Well, you get out of it. But then they're not fucking willing to invest in themselves to get out of that place, because it's the norm for them, and it's just like, oh, I just don't know how to do it. Well, you fucking need to listen then. Listen, pin your ears back, and this is what you need to do, because it's fucking going to change your life. Yeah. Even if it's going to take 6 months, because you're in such a shit place. It doesn't matter. That 6 months is what you need to make that change, and it's just them. Yeah, it's just them understanding.
I completely get that. It's very difficult. Like, I always say, you can't help someone unless they want to be helped. And
only they can do it.
Unfortunately, the way society is now, and some individuals, is they'll just stay there, and they'll moan about it,
but not do anything.
But they won't do anything. Like,
that's it.
That's a hard thing to grasp, but that's because getting out and getting help and changing is fucking hard. And you sit there, you're like, why is it hard? Which is quite a fucking valid answer, or question, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, why is it hard to make myself happy? But your mind, and I've said this before, your mind will naturally be negative. It actually takes effort to be positive, which is fucked. When you get perception on that, you're like, oh shit, no, you're right, yeah, because if you just sit there in your own thoughts, you'd be like, God, I'm such a fat wanker, or you haven't gone to the gym today, or oh, I feel like shit, or whatever. Your mind will just be negative.
You just give yourself self-pity.
Yeah.
And then that self-pity then just rolls on to the next
day. And then it goes. Whereas to be like, you know what, you fucking kicked ass today, like, fucking well done, like, I feel really good, everything's, you just naturally be better, but that takes effort. Yeah. And people don't realise that.
But that's why that's what we're going to try and obviously incorporate into people's life, is that we're going to be realist about it. We're not going to be fucking tic-tapping around saying, oh, go and see the doctor.
No.
Because that's bullshit, that's fuck all. in my opinion, that does fuck all.
Same.
But I know that
through my experience.
but I know that doctors have a place, and sometimes if they prescribe people with pills or whatever, there is a place for that and there's a need. Yeah. Maybe a little bit. But it's not the fucking be all and end all, and it's not the long term fucking thing that's gonna help you. It's about understanding and taking that step and fucking realising actually I do need to make a change. And that can only be done by those people that are suffering. They're in that place, and there's nothing we can say or do for them to make that step. It's just us giving them advice and nurturing them into a way that this will fucking help if you do make that change.
Well, yeah, the whole doctor thing is a nightmare. Like, I mean, my experience, come back, here's your pills, fuck off.
Mate. Yeah.
Now what? Do you know what I mean? Where is the middle ground?
It's just bullshit. There's no context behind it, is it?
No.
Yeah, so these tablets will do this, this and this.
And the side effects are fucking horrendous. Lack of sleep.
Bullshit.
What is the single most valuable thing into anyone's recovery, for mental health especially, is sleep. So we'll give you a tablet that fucks your sleep up.
Yeah, it's just
good.
Yeah, thanks. Well indicated.
Like, it's again, there is a need. I know there's people that do need those tablets for the initial. Like, I would say the initial period.
Yeah, just to
say for example something's happened, whatever incident it may be. Then yeah, for the first coping mechanism, you want to numb X, Y, Z. Then I agree with it to a certain extent.
But not in the long term.
Not in the long term. You have to take, and this is where the hardest bit is, take ownership and responsibility. Because, for example, say, all right, someone died and it fucked you up, and it's made you really sad or whatever, and you're taking tablets to numb it, but and that incident isn't your fault. But what is your fault is you not taking responsibility to change and to make your life any better.
Yeah, no.
Because once that incident's happened, you are no longer the person before that.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
You're the person after it.
Yeah.
So then you have to be like, okay, that's happened, that's shit. So how do I now act accordingly and change my way and my processes through that? And that's the bit that people don't get. I didn't get. It took me fucking years to...
No one gets it, mate.
And there's no blueprint to life, is there? There's no like, oh, is this the twin brother death book? Yeah, one moment, page 10.
I don't get that. Yeah, well, it is though, isn't it? It's like, nobody knows what the fucking hell's going to happen. No one knows what will happen. They can't control things that happen in your life, as in like tragedies or...
Yeah, can't
control that. But what you can control is, like you said, you can control what you do after that fucking trauma or that situation has happened or that experience has happened. It's all about the forward and the after effects rather than fucking, you can't dwell on, I don't want to say it, but you can't dwell on the past too much.
Yeah, or the future.
Yeah, or the future, because you don't fucking know what's going to happen. You got to fucking take the now and the present, because that's what's going to help you and fucking, for me anyway, that's what's going to
I agree.
do
because
my
you will
life.
probably have to go in a minute, but
yeah,
that's the single most, the most valuable thing I learned is you can't control the past, so like what happened, and you definitely can't change the future, but you can change the future today.
Yeah.
And once you like,
what does that say?
Really,
what did you say, mate?
What are you fucking saying? It's like, well, your tomorrow changes by what you do now.
Yeah, fucking right.
Not what you're thinking about doing tomorrow. So if you think about going to the gym tomorrow, fucking go now.
Yeah, go now. Yeah.
And like, this is the thing that's like, I just don't think people understand it. That change is looking at yourself in the mirror.
Where do I want? Yeah, where do I want?
It changes now.
Yeah.
Shit bust.
That's
Stop being.
Say it.
Stop being that person
and
just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that changed my life a few months ago. When that's why like, we've done all of this, because now it's like, oh Shane, you wanna start helping people? Yeah, sweet, website. Let's go, bang.
And I think that's a blessing as well. That obviously all that stuff that we fucking did right at the start, really quickly and really fucking hectic and fast, and just like that blew my mind of where we were in a month from the start was just fucking mental, mate. Like I said to you, if we were where we are now, in another 6 months' time,
I'd be happy.
I'd be well happy, mate.
Yeah.
Like to be where we are now and what we've done, the passion that we've now realised of what our passion is, and the passion that we are showing this to other people, mate, is it's just fucking unbelievable, mate. And I think we are gonna fucking change people's lives, mate. And it's not that benefit. The only benefit I get from changing people's lives, mate, is the fact that fuck me, we've helped.
It's
that
the
person.
feeling, isn't it? Yeah.
Just that feeling that actually they were in this place, they're now here, and they've now got to a good place where they can do this on their own, and they're all in their life, and they're living their life. And
Well, that's what people
there.
want, it's purpose, isn't it? And that's now, I 100% think is our purpose. Like, and I say, like, you always try to put explanation to what you've gone through. You know, like when shit happens, you're like, people go, why has it always happened to me?
Yeah.
Why is my life shit? For me, I'm now like, well, my life's fucking shit, or has been shit, sorry. So I can then use my experience of getting through it, or still going through it, to help others.
Yeah.
So for me, that's how I then deal with what
That's your purpose. Yeah. Since that I left.
And that might be bullshit, but for me, it's fucking not. I believe in it, so suck my fucking.
But no, it's true though. It's like you say, that purpose is there. My purpose went the day I got told I was being med discharged.
Yeah.
My purpose went.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck me, I've been lost for so long since January 19 to now. Of like, what is my purpose and what the fuck am I going to do in my life?
Yeah.
Yes, I've got, like I said, I've got my kids, got my wife, got my family, and I've got my house, and that's it. That's my purpose, is to have that. But also, it is more important that I help people and get them to understand what it is and what it takes to get out of that shit place. Because it's not going to be fucking easy.
No.
That is the main thing. It is not going to be easy to get out of that shit place, and it won't be fucking, oh yeah, I'll be fixed in 2 weeks. You might think you're fixed in 2 weeks, but fucking guess what, sunshine or lady,
you'll read
or
out
whatever you are, you ain't fucking anything, mate. But no, I think we're fucking gonna change some people's lives, mate. And I'm so glad I'm doing it, brother. Honestly, mate, it's so good, mate. But like, I think this is the first podcast. I think we should wrap it up there.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know how long it's been, mate. The fucking cameras up there, but anyway. But like, you know, we're gonna get the message out there, and we'll start coming into it. We will get a name for the podcast, whatever it may be, but we'll think about that in another time. I think we've actually thought about it, but I can't remember what it was. It's on the app.
I can't remember what it was.
It's on the app. We'll talk about
Ginger and the Ugly Man.
Something like that. Yeah. But no, we're going to be real on these podcasts, and we're going to talk real stories and be real with people.
Real talk.
We're not just going to pussyfoot around it and fucking do loads of editing and shit. We're just going to just talk.
No, yeah, talk. I think unscripted. If people don't want to listen to it, don't listen to it.
That's it.
Yeah, we might say stuff that might fucking genuinely piss people off.
We should have maybe said that at the start.
Yeah, probably should have.
On the next podcast, we'll warn people off at the start.
By the way, me and Shane don't care, so
if you don't want to listen to, be advised that this might not be for you. But I think,
fucked up.
Obviously appreciate you coming down today. We've done some good stuff today for the content, and we will fucking see everyone on the next episode.
Yeah.
Cheers, brother. That was awkward.
That was a puncher.
How long that was, you reckon?
22 minutes.